Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to more 428 Shibuya Scramble. My name is Raven from the Sky, and let's continue. I really appreciate the help, but I should go now. She gave Aichi a deep bow. Nuh-uh, hold on, wait, what do you mean go? Go where? He hurried to intervene as she headed for the door. I don't want to cause you any more trouble. I'll figure the rest out on my own somehow. Hey, I said hold on. He told me ignored him and opened the door, and their argument came to an abrupt halt. Standing there was the man with the cane, his revolver in his hand. Oh God, am I gonna get another bad ending? To be continued. Aichi Endo's 10 o'clock story ends here. However, Shinya Kano still has more to do. Read along further in Kano's story. Okay, so we swap. The man darted down a narrow alleyway. Kano ran faster. The man sprinted through the side streets. Evidently, he knew his way around Shibuya pretty well. The man shot out into a major thoroughfare, then bolted up a pedestrian bridge. Just where the heck was this guy heading? Halfway across the bridge, the man stopped abruptly. Cautious Kano stopped as well. Height roughly 190 centimeters. Age is in his 30s. Dark brown hair. All black clothing. A moment later, the man flashed a triumphant sneer and he held up the attaché case. Before Kano could even yell, "Stop!" it was already too late. The man threw the attaché case down to the roadway below. No! Panicking, Kano peered over the railing. A man on a motorcycle was waiting beneath the bridge. I've been had. Kano bit his lip hard. Damn it! Kano sprinted back down the bridge. Hearing the bike's engine roar to life, he had to make it in time. Too late. Descending the stairs 4 at a time, he leapt toward the roadway, but the bike sped out of reach and roared away in the direction of Yoyogi, leaving Kano in its dust. Looking back up at the overpass, he saw the man who'd thrown the attaché case running away. He handed the money off to someone else. He's currently on a motorcycle heading toward Yoyogi. His report to Kuze complete, Kano slumped down in dismay. The cops had played right into the criminal's hands. Now, the crooks were getting away and people's lives were in danger. Was there any greater failure for a policeman? Staring off into the distance where the man who'd thrown the case had disappeared, Kano gritted his teeth. Now what? You finished reading both character stories for the hour. Okay. 10 o'clock and 428, you'll make your way through all the protagonists' stories in parallel like this. Once everyone has reached the end of a given hour, the next hour can begin. Okay. That's what I say. What the heck? Welcome to Shibuya. The end of the tutorial part of this. That was all. That was a tutorial. You can reread previous tutorial messages. Blah blah blah. You have 5 protagonists available. Whose story will you read first? The man with the cane aimed his gun at Hitomi, his face devoid of emotion. Please, the girl said, trembling. Why are you doing this? But the man did not reply. Quickly, Aichi stepped in between Hitomi and the gun, spreading his arms wide. Stop, he said in English, one of the few English words he knew. He quickly reverted back to Japanese. Who the hell are you? Still, the man did not respond. You know this guy, Hitomi? No. Aichi was sure he'd never seen the man either. What are you after? Money? Because if you are, boy, are you wasting your time chasing us. The man furrowed his brow, adjusting his point of aim to Aichi's face. His bloodthirsty gaze left Aichi no doubt that he was willing to pull the trigger. Reflexively, Aichi took a step back, his foot clattering against a discarded beer bottle. We're going to get gunned down for sure, unless we can find some way to catch this guy off guard. It didn't need to be much. If Aichi could just distract the gunman for a moment, buy himself the briefest window. Shoot me then. Go on, do it. He stepped forward as he shouted, hoping to provoke and confuse the guy for just long enough. Even as Aichi moved, the gunman's attention was distracted for an instant by a sudden sound. The phone in his breast pocket was ringing. Seeing this chance, Aichi lunged forward in an attempt to wrest the gun away, snatched up the beer bottle and swung it at the assassin, grabbed Hitomi and ran. I feel like he's just going to pull the trigger if we lunge forward. Because that's all he has to do. If we snatch up the beer bottle, he's going to look back up at us picking up the beer bottle and shoot us. I'm going to go with grab Hitomi and ran. Hitomi! Aichi grabbed Hitomi and ran. He charged the man in the doorway, kicking at the cane he leaned on. The assassin lost his balance and stumbled to the left. Run! Still holding Hitomi's hand, Aichi rushed out of the club. The two sprinted away through the side streets and the alleys of Shibuya. Aichi began to feel as if they were running some maddening maze. For long, the two had made it almost as far as Oyama. Wait up. Huh? Aichi, wait up. Aichi glanced back at his homie. Ah, my bad. Guess we've been running pretty hard. You tired? Hitomi shook her head. No, it's just I have to get to Dogenzaka. Dogenzaka? What for? What could she possibly need to do there now? That's what I was told when I was handed over the attache case. The man leaned in to whisper to Hitomi as he reached out for the case. You're going to do exactly as I tell you. 2 things. He wore a cool... Oh, shoot, I skipped it. First, you're going to go to Dogenzaka and get in the blue van there. Hitomi nodded wordlessly. Second, you will not attempt to contact either the police or your family in the meantime. His chilling tone brooked no argument. Just those two things, and we'll let your sister go. Hitomi nodded again. The man flashed her a big bright grin. Okay then, give me the money. A blue van in Dogenzaka, huh? So that's why you said the police were a no-go. Yes, exactly. Hitomi's voice betrayed her desperation. I wonder if your sister's in that van then. She is. Then we've got to hurry. The issue lay in how we get to Dogenzaka. They could probably avoid their pursuer if they kept to the streets only the locals usually knew about. That meant staying off the more well-trafficked routes like Roppongi Dori, or the stretch between Miyama Suzaka and the station. The side roads south of the station were the best bet. It was going to be a long detour. Alright, come on. Turning, Aichi headed back to the way they'd come. After a moment's confusion, Hitomi followed. Aichi? There was a note of worry in her voice. Hey, don't sweat it. I actually live in Dogenzaka. We're heading right back to my old neighborhood. Hitomi bowed her head. Thank you so much. Hey, it's no problem. I had to head home anyway. Aichi gave her a grin as she cracked a tiny smile of her own. Hey, you two. You got a minute? Oh, shoot. Aichi looked around. A pair of men approached from across the street. There was something shady looking about them. Aichi's protective instincts kicked in, and he stepped in front of Hitomi. If these guys meant trouble, he wanted to be ready. We just want to ask you something. The younger of the two men drew in closer, a sharp gleam in his eye. Aichi braced himself. Ask us what? You know where the No-Cane building is? The man held up a flyer. It was for some sort of health food sales demo. Come on, man. The No-Cane building. You know where it is or not? Aichi knew the name. Wasn't that one of the buildings on Center Guy? That was near Dogenzaka, the same direction he was going. No harm in helping a couple of lost dudes. Aichi pointed them in the direction of the center. I don't like the thought of these two following Hitomi and me. Aichi pointed them in the opposite direction. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. No harm in helping a couple of lost dudes. Yeah, it's just this way. See, what the hell did I tell you? The bald guy man snapped at his companion. My bad, man, my bad. You were right. God, you couldn't find your way out of a paper bag with a map and a compass. My bad, man. Get us a taxi. Word. Thanks, man. The stranger's nodded. Dude, that caused so much anxiety. Sorry to bug you. With that, the two headed off toward the main road, and then y'all heard the music? The soundtrack throws you off. Almost influenced you to make the wrong decision. You get a bad ending. It's about to get even more difficult because, see, now we have 5 different people. Aichi had told me hurried onward, following the sparsely trafficked side streets toward Dogenzaka. I don't think I even knew this part of Shibuya was here, Hitomi said as she looked around. Yeah, a lot of people don't. I used to mess around in this neighborhood when I was a kid. The area was a mishmash of rundown residences and office buildings. Almost nobody ever comes here unless they live or work on one of these streets. Check it out, over there, a rare first-hand glimpse of the Shibuya River. Have you always lived in Shibuya, Aichi? Yep, born and raised. Aichi bent down to pick up a piece of trash from the roadside. That's why I do this. It just pisses me off to see folks make a mess of this place. Picked up another piece of trash. I don't have a job, so I just pick up garbage every day. Man, what am I even doing? Like, cleaning up even matters right now. Tommy took a long, hard look at his face. What? What? He demanded. What is it? You're a strange one, Aichi. That's so. She was right, of course. It was sort of strange collecting trash every day instead of getting a job. He had his reasons for it, but they weren't important right now. Right now, the important thing was getting Hitomi to Dogenzaka. Come on, he murmured. Oh! A sudden angry shout broke the silence as they hurried along. Hey! Hold it right there! Aichi and Hitomi stopped, but the shout wasn't directed at them. Oh, God. Further up the road, a group of thuggish-looking men were having some kind of argument. The man who was shouting had grabbed one of the others by the neck. Idiots! And you still got the gall to call yourselves SOS? I mean, yeah, Susumu, but the other men standing around looked distinctly uncomfortable. It takes money to run an organization. No, I know. And since it's not like you're Aichi or nothing, I thought you could maybe spare some help on that front, boss. Hitomi looked at Aichi when the stranger spoke his name. He smiled awkwardly, then turned back to the altercation. Shut your mouth! Susumu barked. How dare you say Aichi's name in my presence? Hey! Aichi called out. What was that about me? As soon as they saw him, the other men went pale. Aichi kept his tone casual as he strode up to the group. Susumu, you can't just give a guy a beat down in broad daylight. Want to shock the upstanding people of our fair city? Aichi. Susumu glared. Can we drop the pleasantries? Aight, Aichi. Replied with a hint of a sneer. You got it, Susumu. And I'd like to point out, we're not on a first name basis. With that, Susumu turned and stalked away. His buddies followed suit, leaving Aichi and Hitomi alone again. Did you know that guy? His name's Susumu Nishizawa. And yeah, I know him. Or I thought I did. Used to be friends way back. Me and those guys were all a part of the same crew, but I bailed a little while ago. Aichi fell silent. To his great relief, Hitomi didn't pry further. Aichi and Hitomi had gone a short distance further when he caught sight of a man picking something up alongside of the train tracks. Huh? I wonder. Aichi went over to him. Hey man, you picking up trash by any chance? Huh? The man let out a panicked shout. Sorry, I just kind of looked like... It just kind of looked like that's what you're doing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm picking up trash, of course. Guy seemed pretty unnerved. Like, I just got to thinking, man, this place is filthy. Right on! I clasped the man's hand in his own. Someone else who gets it. They do? Totally. I see all this trash all over the place, and I can't stand it. Oh, yeah, sure. The man breathed a sigh of relief. I can't stand it when someone throws something away when it can still be useful. I hear that. That's the spirit. Ha ha. Archie pulled out the trash he had stuffed in his pocket. Here you go. Huh? Go ahead. Have all of it. The man looked dumbfounded. Usually I go around picking up trash around here, but I've got a little thing I've got to do today. You got it from here. I'm counting on you. What? Actually, I'm kind of... Great, thanks. Archie beamed in approval, then rejoined Hitomi and headed on down the street. The man let out a sigh. Fine. Slipping through a narrow back alley, they came out near the top of Dogenzaka. Aichi looked down the hill, but didn't see a blue van anywhere. He and Hitomi started making their way down towards Shibuya Station. Hitomi muttered to herself, I don't see it parked around here. Her face twisted up with worry. It was a lot harder to find street parking closer to the station. Now she had a sudden idea. He darted into a nearby soba restaurant, motioning for Hitomi to follow. Heya, he called out to the proprietress, a sharp-eyed middle-aged woman. You're looking as lovely as ever today, I see. Oh, Aichi. Are you done collecting trash for the day? The lady took a look at Hitomi, her eyes lighting up. Is this your girlfriend? Huh? Oh no, it's nothing like that. The proprietress, I said proprietress. The proprietress was undeterred. Oh, she looks just like a model. She's the spitting image of me at that age. My. Aichi's got himself a girlfriend. Got himself a girlfriend. I said it's not like that. The woman waved to tell me over. Now you know Aichi's got a bit of a mouth on him, and he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's a sweet boy. Okay. Hitomi forced a polite smile to her face. He'll try to deny it, but don't you listen. He told you about Suzune? Hmm? Ma'am, please. Aichi jumped in on the conversation. You gotta hear me out. Whatever's the matter? I'm just trying to talk you up to your good points. Have you seen a van parked around here? A van? Let me think. Yes. Come to think of it, there was. A blue one, she added confidently. Hitomi leaned forward. Where is it now? Well, I'm not really sure. I don't keep a close eye on things outside after all. I see. I know it doesn't look like it, but I've been quite busy today. The man who makes my noodles came by earlier to settle accounts, and we fought over it. No head for finances, that one. That's his problem, honestly. And on top of that, of course my part-timer Masa has to have today off. Honestly. Aichi frowned. Has she really seen a blue van, or was she just being chatty? Older women who ran older women who ran tobacco shops or noodle houses did seem to have a knack for spotting details. But women of her age weren't always the most reliable. We'll go with A. Alright, Archie just decided to follow up on some more. Was there anything unusual about this van? Well, let me think. Aha! Flash of recollection shone in her eye. That's right. Now I remember. I think there was some foreigner sitting inside. Aichi and Hitomi exchanged glances. Yes, I'm sure of it. The man who makes my noodles said he saw it too. Was there anything else? Hitomi asked. No, not that I can remember. Hitomi hung her head in frustration as they left the soba shop. Aichi did his best to cheer her up. Hey, we might still find that car. Let's try waiting around here for a while. Just waiting? What good would that do? It's possible that they weren't looking for you when you didn't show, as you said. Maybe they'll come back, you know. He sat down on the edge of a planter outside the restaurant. But the criminals already have the money, she said anxiously. Even Aichi understood the implications. Now that the crooks had the ransom, their hostage was nothing but a liability. Why take the risk of letting her go when they already had what they wanted? The situation was bad, very bad. Still, just running around Shibuya willy-nilly was only going to tire and frustrate them. Aichi wanted to make sure Hitomi had the chance for a little break. We don't have anywhere else to look, so let's just give it 10 minutes, okay? She looked like she might just march off down Dogenzaka at any moment. I understand how you must feel, but you know what they say. Slow and steady, stay in place. Actually, slow and steady wins the race. At least that's what I always hear. Tommy burst out laughing. What's so funny? And see? It's slow and steady wins the race. For real? Hitomi smiled and sat down beside him. All right, she said. We can wait here for 10 minutes. Cool, we've run enough races today already, right? Hitomi kept her eyes on the cars passing through Dogenzaka for a while. Then she murmured softly to Aichi. Thank you so much for everything, really. You can thank me after we find this van. I'm sure if I had been by myself, I'd have been in too much of a panic to do anything. Oh, what can I say? I try to keep my head up and face things as they come. You're quite the optimist, aren't you? Aichi grinned. He tried to recall what optimist meant. He was pretty sure it had something to do with doctors, or maybe glasses. The shy, sweet look on Hitomi's face as she said it, though, made him figure it probably wasn't a bad thing, whatever it was. Cars drifted on by, one after the other. But they saw no sign of a blue van. After a while, even Aichi began to grow impatient. This was starting to feel like a waste of time, and then... They told me, look. There it was. Okay. Thanks for watching. My name is Raven from the Sky. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like and subscribe to help the channel and series grow. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.